This quick video will help you in warming up. I want to give you some warm-up strategies that will help you become more versatile at the piano. And so what I'm going to do is explain to you, first of all, I need to talk to you about the circle of fourths. This will help you tremendously if you will learn this, and you probably should be familiar with all the scales, and I'm going to show you a method that I encourage you to use when you're doing your warm-up every day. This circle of fourths basically is explained in this way. If I am in the key of C, which has no sharps or flats, and I move up to my 4, I'm now at the key of F. Now if I'm at the key of F and I want to move up 4 again, I know that the fourth note of the F scale is B flat. So I will move up the F scale to B flat. To B flat chord. Now let me come down here. Now I'm in the key of B flat, let's say, and I'm moving up to E flat, which is the fourth note of the B flat scale. Now I'm in the key of E flat, and I want to move from E flat up to the fourth note of the E flat scale, which is A flat. Now I'm in A flat, and I want to move from A flat up to the fourth note of the A flat scale, which is D flat. Let me come down here. Now I'm in D flat, and I want to move from D flat up to the fourth note of the D flat scale, which is G flat. Now I'm in G flat or F sharp. Let's switch to sharps now because we're going to be moving up to sharp keys. So F sharp, up the scale to the fourth note of the F sharp scale is B. B chord on my right hand. Now I'm going to come down here and get B because I'm moving too far up. I want to run off the camera. B chord, now I'm in B. Let's move up to E, which is the fourth note of the B scale. Now that I'm at E, let's move up the E scale to the A chord, which is the fourth note of the E scale. And let's drop down here to this A. Now let's move up the A scale to the fourth note of the A scale, which is D. Now let's move up the D scale to the fourth note of the D scale, which is G. Now I'm in the key of G. Let's move up the G scale to the fourth note of the G scale, which is C, and I'm back home at C. Now that is the circle of fourths, and this is very important because most of the time, I was going to say many times, but most of the time, you're going to use the circle of fourths in chord progressions like crazy in music. This will make you become more and more familiar with playing in all different keys as well as different chord progressions. So what I typically do is I do it just like this every day. Now you may not be able to do it that fast at first, and don't worry, take it slow, go a little at a time, but it's very important for you to do that. Another thing is just to simply do the chord on the right hand. Now, in the same manner, we can do the circle of fifths, which is basically starting in the key of C, moving from 1 to 5, down to G. Now we're in G, move from 1 to 5, down to D. Now we're in D, let's move down 1 to 5, which is A. Now let's move 1 to 5, which is E. Now 1 to 5, which is B, 1 to 5, which is F sharp. Let's switch over to G flat. 1 to 5, move down to D flat. D flat now, 1 to 5 is A flat. A flat now, 1 to 5, which is E flat. Now 1 to 5, which is B flat. Now 1 to 5, which is F. Now 1 to 5, which is C, which brings us back home. So, when you're playing that, you can do it the same way as a warm-up. Now it sounds very strange to do that, but again, it's going to get you very comfortable with the circle of fourths and the circle of fifths. Now this is something that you can become very familiar with, and it will help you tremendously to do that. Now let's look at the warm-up. You should be familiar with the circle of fourths and fifths first, and then the first thing I do is, since there are 12 scales, I would say target 4 per day. So the smartest or the easiest thing to do would be for you to do the first 4 chords or the first 4 notes of the circle of fourths. So in this case it would be C, F, B flat, E flat. So we would do C, F, B flat, and E flat. So first of all, the first step would be to do the scale up and down. C scale. Now do the F scale. Now do the B flat scale. E flat scale. And I would do those for the first day. And then the second day I would move on to the next ones, which would be A flat, D flat, G flat, now B, and you'll do that, continue just the progression as I've given you on the email that shows that on the website. And so you would continue that every day, but the second step for the day is to do the major chord inversion. So if on the first 4 days we are doing C scale, F scale, B flat scale, and E flat scale, do the inversions for C chord. F chord, B flat chord, E flat chord. The third step would be to do the major chord, the 7th chord and the 5/7. So if we're at C, we want to do the 7th chord and its inversions, and the 5 chord of the key of C, which is G7. And then we would move on to the next one, which is F. So our 1 chord in F is F7. And C7. The next chord would be B flat. So we do B flat 7, which is our 1 chord. And the 5 chord is F. Now notice we're doubling up on those chords there because we're learning them as the 1 and the 5, so we're hitting them twice every day. So you do that for the first 4 chords that you're practicing for the day. Then the fourth thing is to do the 6 minor and the 2 minor. So for the key of C, what is my 6 minor? It is A minor. And what is my 2 minor in the key of C? It's D minor. Then we move to the key of F. What is my 6 minor? It is D minor. Noticing I'm hitting that one a second time. What is my 2 minor? G minor. And you'll do that for the 4 chords for the day. The next thing that you would do would be the circle of fourths. And so for the entire circle of fourths, you would walk through the whole thing. And continue that till you're finished. And then you would do the circle of fifths. And do the whole thing until you're finished. Now, this warm-up is going to provide you with a lot of practice for chord types, inversions, and then also those chord progressions, which are very, very important. Now, this is something I do every day, and I've lined it out for you exactly what to do on each day, and you basically would repeat this every 4 days. And within about 3 weeks, you will notice a huge change if you will do this every day.